Hi, hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Aaliyah and today I'm going to be talking about Selling Sunset on Netflix. So we're just going to ignore the fact that I look like I'm going on a run and I've got no makeup on. Thanks. Okay, so Selling Sunset is this program, who even says program, it's this TV show on Netflix, and it's basically like the Kardashians meet real estate. The Kardashians, like, they have their own business, but you watch the Kardashians because it's all about the drama. So we have these really nice houses and stuff, but that's just like the sprinkles on top of the ice cream, and the ice cream is all the drama that goes on between all the girls in the office. So I'm just going to go straight into it and talk about the characters. I've got the characters written on here. So basically, Brett and Jason are two twins that own the office. I can never tell the difference between them. They're just sort of there. It's like they're there, like they're the owners of everything. They're just the overseers. They don't really add anything. They're just there. They host some dinner parties sometimes that gets the drama going. That is literally about it. So next I'm going to go on to Maya, who is just a personal fave. I love her because she brings the humour. Like when there's loads of drama going on, you can just get her with a one-liner and she just brings it all down. Plus she's so good at her job and she's a mom. Like for the past 3 seasons, she's either been pregnant or she's had a baby and she's pregnant again. And she's the one selling the most houses. Like she's getting it out there. And yeah, I really like Maya, and I like the fact that like she kind of just like tells it straight. So like we all know that Mary is Jason's favourite because they used to date for like a year, which is really strange, and I'm going to get onto it. But like Maya will just say, you are Jason's favourite. I'm joking. But she's not joking, she's being deadly serious. But yeah, I just really like Maya. Yeah, I think I've said I really like Maya about 100 times now. But yeah, there's not much to say about her. That's why I got onto her next. She's just a favourite. Like, she adds comedic relief when it's all just a bit too drama. And the one thing that I really like about her as well is she never, ever, ever, ever makes excuses. Like, the thing is, she's there. She shows up. She does her job. Great, by the way. And she provides humour. Like, what else is this girl not bringing? So then next I'm going to get on to Heather. Heather is another one of my favourites, but I feel like she doesn't really, like, do anything, and she does some things that I don't agree with. Like she went up to like I almost forgot Christine's name, which is quite bad. She went up to like Christine and was like, so Mary and Chriselle said this about you, but I can't remember which one, but it was really late in season 3. Was it season 3? Was it season 3 or season 2? It was really late in the season, and she just like, they said it on literally episode 1 of the season, and then like on episode 6 or something, and there's only 8 episodes in a season, she went up to them and was like, yeah, so Chriselle and Mary said this about you, and I just don't really get it. I feel like the producers made her do that to create a bit of drama for like the season finale. Also, I don't agree with the fact that she went like off on Amanda. Like, fair enough, Amanda shouldn't have probably agreed to it if she was going to be late, but like, she's chronically, which I'm going to talk about Amanda like separately, but like she went off on her, and like she was the one that was meant to be showing the listing. Like, it was her listing, she was doing her a favour. So if you don't want someone to be late, maybe show up to your listing. I mean, I don't agree with the fact that Amanda like told the person she was showing the house to, the client, where she was, or yeah, she should have shown up instead of getting angry and defensive, which she does quite a lot. Like people will be giving her like straight advice, like they're not even being nasty, and she like goes off on them and they all have to apologise to her. And don't get me wrong, like she is one of my favourites, I really do like her, but I don't understand that. Yeah, but I really like her fashion, and I like her like bubbly personality. And yeah, but she has a lot of faults, but I feel like I just liked her, so now she's just one of my favourites, and I can't change that, and I'm sorry, that's just the way my brain works. Sorry about it. So now I'm going to go on to Mary. Now Mary, her and Chriselle, I didn't really know what to make of them in the first season. Now I'll get on to Chriselle later. But Mary, I sort of thought was like just this nice, easygoing like girl. And I really just, in the first season, I really didn't get her and Romaine's relationship. Not that I get it anymore now, but like he sat there throughout this whole meal of Mary. So Jason owns the Oppenheim Group, which is the name of the real estate group, blah, blah, blah. And I think it was Jason and Brett was hosting this dinner party. I don't know which one's which. I don't know if they both own the Oppenheimer Group or just Jason does. I'm really confused on that, but this isn't about them. Well, it is sort of about one of them. But basically, Jason and Mary used to date for a year out of 15 years of friendship, which I still think is weird. Like, why would you want to work for your ex? Even if they are your friend, but like, why? Romain, so I think they threw this dinner party for Mary and Romain's engagement, which is a whole other story, which I will get onto in a moment. But I think I woke up Australia with that but they literally sat there talking about their old relationship, and they ended their relationship because Jason wasn't ready for commitment. Now, I feel like if he was ready for commitment, like, Romain just sat there like, what, am I just a piece of meat? Like, am I just your second best? Because he was literally sat there listening to this. Like, I would not sit there. I would just not sit there and listen to it. Like, everyone was just awkward and they were still carrying on talking. I think it took one of them, I don't know who butted in and was like, I don't think Romain wants to listen to this. And it took like one person to say it after an hour of talking about their relationship and their sex life and why they ended and what would have worked on. And they bought a dog together when they had broken up. It's just really strange. The whole situation is really strange. And she was going to get married to Romain in his house. That is just strange. The whole situation is strange enough as it is. But the fact that she was going to get married in his house is just even worse. Oh yeah, let me talk about their engagement, Mary and Romain's engagement. So in season 1, I think this is in season 1 or season 2. I can't remember when they get engaged, but I know she gets married at the end of season 2. But basically, Romain's like, he doesn't want kids. Mary's crying. It's this whole shebang. Like, he doesn't want kids and Mary's crying and she's upset and blah, blah, blah. And then, like, literally, I want to say in, like, the next episode or even later on in that episode, I don't even know. But later on, they're then engaging because she comes in all happy. And, like, I don't understand how anyone, like, I mean, obviously you're going to be like, yay, congratulations, but wasn't you just crying? Like, just because you're engaged and getting married doesn't solve the fact that he doesn't want kids. I mean, I think Rochelle said this in season 1 and it got her in trouble or whatever when her and Davina had that cold conversation, which I will get onto, believe me, I will. But, like, she was saying, like, I thought he was just, like, her boy toy, now they're engaged, like, he doesn't even want kids. And that is where I'm at. Like, I mean, they're married now and everything, and I hope they have a very long and happy marriage. But it seems to me like they're in 2 different places, and he just felt like he needed to do something to, like, calm the waters? So he proposed to her, and he mustn't have been prepared for it because he didn't even have the proper ring. I mean, not saying that she needed a diamond, but then he was like, I am going to get you the proper ring. But that means that you mustn't have been prepared for it, because wouldn't you just propose when you had the ring that you wanted to give her? Very, very strange, if you ask me, that whole relationship. And the fact that he's okay with her and Jay, I mean, they're married now, so I can't really say, I mean, I can say something because this is my video. And it's a TV show, so it's out there for people to have opinions on that. I don't know any of them personally, and obviously editing gets put together to make everything look 10 times worse. But in regards to that, I'm just a bit confused on their relationship. And she was like really upset that Christine came over and was like, are you sure you want to do this? Because like it was only a second ago you was like crying your eyes out, and she was like fuming about it. But I would say that to my friend, like, you were just crying, are you sure you want to be engaged? Like, marriage doesn't solve all your problems, and neither will a baby, even though he doesn't want one. So very, yeah. But like, and as well, a lot of them talk about her being Jason's favourite, which she is, but some of them wouldn't even be able to sell the listings even with Jason's help. Like, for example, someone like Maya, she deserves someone's help. Like, she's off studying brokerage when she's pregnant. Like, she's, you know, she's learning about how to develop houses, develop when they're like, when they need all of the furniture and the walls and decorating, everything like that. I am so bad at the terminology, I apologise. But she's like learning all of this, and she's getting onto properties, like trying to get onto properties, developing them. She deserves the listings more than Mary, let's be honest. But someone like Davina, doesn't deserve those listings because she's still struggling to sell the listing that she begged for, which we will get onto when we talk about Davina, because it really, that situation is still not sitting right with me. Davina does not sit right with me. I feel like I want to go on to her next, but I can't. I'm leaving the worst to last. So let's go on to Amanza, who I just think is like, she's clearly just a nice, loyal friend to Mary. They've been friends for years. Overall, she's a great person. I don't really have much to say about her other than that she's a loyal friend. I mean, obviously I spoke about the drama that her and Heather had, but I feel like it's quite nice though to see like someone not with the perfect life. Like, she's obviously like divorced and she's getting custody for her kids, and I feel like it's nice, you know, to see someone who has struggled and is still struggling. He's also like coming to terms with that and is smashing life and is getting into something, and then he's getting into, you know, because she used to be a stager, and he's getting into like properties, real estate, as well as just staging. So I like that about her. I think she's a great loyal friend to Mary, and that's about it. Sometimes, like, I feel like she does, like, act a bit like Mary's bodyguard, but I feel like that's just the way they edit it. But she's just being a good friend, like most of us would act like Amanza in all of the situations. And she is not afraid as well to stand up to Christine, Davina, whoever you are, she will stand up to you. And I really, really appreciate that, and I really like that. Because not a lot of them girls will. Heather. I mean, actually, she did storm out on her in season 3. But yeah, I really enjoy that. Yeah, that's all I've got to say about Amanza. Let's move on to another one of my favourites, Chrishell. Now, in season 1, when I first watched season 1, I really didn't know what to make of her. I was a bit like, she was just trying to play the all-American girl next door, fun-loving, you know, Hannah Montana type. Why have I just mentioned Hannah Montana and Selling Sunset? Wow. But she was just trying to play that girl, and I just really didn't enjoy it. She was kind of annoying, and I didn't really like it. But I did like the way she would stand up for herself. Like, so they'd done like that thing where they was feeding the homeless, and Chrishell was saying how she used to be homeless, and it was really nice to go and do that. Which props to her. Like, I feel like she's been through so much in her life, and season 3 did not make her life any easier. Like, the way her husband just drops her, like, I don't know who her husband is. I know he's off a TV show. Never watched the TV show. But that must be so heartbreaking, and I really do feel for her. I feel like season 3 was where she really formed into one of my favourites. Like, after everything she went through, like, you could see her at home, like, learning with her family, everything she went through, she showed up to Christine's wedding after what she'd just been through. And she doesn't even like Christine. And even though she's girl next door, you know, happy, positive, she's also, like, she told Christine, like, I don't like you, and I'm probably never going to like you, and I've got my guard up. You played me once, I will not let you play me again, no way. And I really liked her. Like, she could stick up for herself. Season 1, I didn't know what to make of her, but as the seasons have gone on, she's definitely, by the end of season 3, she's formed into one of my favourites, and she just deserved more than what she had been through. And I feel like, was it the end of season 1 where they had that billboard? And she came back after everything that happened, and I was like, you go get her. She didn't give Christine a hug, and I liked that too. But you should really watch it just to watch her journey. But I'm going to move on to the 2 she-devils of the series, Christine and Davina. Now, I've got to say, when the series started, there was just something that I loved about Christine. Like, I think it's the looks for me. It's the looks for me. She will show up and she will know that whatever she puts on, she is fierce, she is rocking it, she is loving it. And I really do appreciate that with Christine. The only thing I appreciate about Christine is her looks. Like, don't get me wrong, I can appreciate, like, a mean girl. Like, obviously she was meant to be the mean girl of the series. Davina made herself a mean girl to get relevance, because otherwise she has literally 0 personality. I mean, she literally brought up that thing in season 1. I'm sorry, I'm not going on to Davina. I will go on to Davina next. But, like, Chrishell was just asking her a question. She brought it up in a later situation to create drama, to create relevance for herself, because she's irrelevant. She is boring. She's the most boring girl in the season. She can't sell houses. Okay, I'm really going on a tangent, but talking about Christine. So yeah, the girl says looks, her wedding, oh my god, her wedding was it. Like, wow. She had swans, she had snow, she wore a black wedding dress and she wore it well. So yeah, that's what I have to say about that. But overall, I feel like she's like, I tell it straight, I tell it to everybody's face. But she doesn't. She doesn't tell it straight. She didn't say to Mary when Mary was... I mean, Mary shouldn't have told everyone that she wasn't going to invite Davina to the wedding, which I wouldn't after she made a comment about Mary's ring being like not diamond, which I wouldn't invite to my wedding either. Jealous. But she told everyone at the group, which I didn't agree with. But Christine didn't sit there and say, well, if you don't tell her, I'm going to tell her. Like she's my friend, blah, blah, blah. Even though she's not a friend, she's a little dog that follows her around, her little puppy. That's what she is. She goes and does all her dirty work for her. That's what Davina is. I feel like I should just call this section Christine and Davina because we're talking about them both anyway. But... she didn't say anything, and then Amanda was like, I feel like you should have just said what I just said and told Mary before you went and told her. And she was like, but that's really childish. And I was like, how is it childish? It's more childish you going behind her back and then Mary just fine. I mean, Mary did take her sweet time telling Davina, but she didn't really keep it straight. And she didn't even tell Mary afterwards that she told her, so... yeah, that's just one example of when Christine's not being straight, but I feel like to be the mean girl, you need to be, like, straight to the point, like, you don't take nothing. And Christine tries her hardest to be that girl. And she tries her hardest to victimise herself. Like, I was bullied in school because everyone used to call me a model. Because I had, like, long blonde hair and everyone was so jealous of me. Like, how can you victimise yourself with that? Are you okay? It really made me laugh because Christine said that she was really annoyed with the show finale, season 3, because her wedding was just a backdrop for drama. And I was like, well, yeah, of course it was. I mean, you love the drama when you start it. When it's not your wedding, you love the drama. I mean, didn't she create drama at Mary's wedding? I feel like there was some drama going on at Mary's wedding, and it probably came down to Christine because Davina wasn't invited. And there was drama about and she started drama at Mary's bachelorette party. But when it comes to your wedding, it's not okay. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me get you a tissue. Boo hoo. Okay, now moving on to Davina, Mrs. I Can't Sell Any Houses. I mean, she probably has sold houses. But, like, in every single season, every single episode, she brings up she's got a brokerage. She brings it up. She brings up that she's got a brokerage. You may have a brokerage, babe, but it's not getting you very far. Because she couldn't start her own firm because she can't sell houses. The girl still has a $75 million listing, which she begged for. She begged for that listing. She went to Jason on her hands and knees, even though he wanted that guy, whatever, I don't know his name. That house is well overpriced, let me tell you that for something. And Jason wasn't going to take it. I mean, Jason was jealous that she was getting that listing. It's the most expensive property I think that brokerage has ever had. But he was right. And she can't sell it, and it's still on the market now. The girl can't sell houses, I'm sorry. So what does she do? She gets involved in drama because that's the only way she can sell relevant on this show. I'm sorry, but why? I really can't do this. Christine and Davina had met her husband for 5 minutes somewhere that they kept bringing up. They kept bringing up that they'd met him for 5 minutes somewhere and that he was really nice. Yeah, people are nice to your face. He probably slagged you off. And as well, right, okay. So they said that he was really nice to them when Chrishell told him not to speak to them. I'm sorry, what? That's not a partnership. No wonder they was having problems. He never listened, clearly. Do you think I would be happy if my man went and spoke to 2 girls that I don't like after me specifically telling them not to? I mean, it is quite childish to tell someone not to speak to someone, but I wouldn't appreciate that and I wouldn't be having it. I'm sorry, I wouldn't. I really wouldn't. I wouldn't have it. And Chrishell clearly wasn't having it, and they broke up. But I do feel like, I mean, obviously he announced on TMZ, she had no idea. But the way she was like, we can't just take Chrishell. It's like, do you know him? Are you getting paid to back him this much? Because the way you're going for him, you would think you are. This is really giving me stress just talking about it. Like, she can't sell houses. I mean, she probably has sold houses, but I mean, I've not seen her sell a single house all 3 seasons. The biggest thing she's had is this $75 million listing, which she's not sold. So can you tell me where the talent is to open your own brokerage? Because Jason and Brett have seen you talk about opening your own brokerage, and they're not scared. They're not scared. They're sat there. They're happy as Larry. They don't care. They don't care. And quite frankly, neither do the viewers. Go and do it. Go and do it. Oh, wait, you can't sell houses because you're not even selling houses under a brokerage. A different brokerage. But it's like she has some, like, a vendetta against Chrishell. Maybe it's because she's nice and has a personality and doesn't rely on drama to make her relevant, because she's relevant by being nice and selling houses. But she just comes... she's just such a negative troll. Oh, Lord, give me strength. Yeah. I hope you enjoyed my rant on Selling Sunset. Like and subscribe and comment for more. Comment any other TV shows you want me to do this sort of thing on. I feel like this was a very much a rant, but I felt like I couldn't really separate it that much. It was just me talking about characters and the drama they got into and how I felt about it. So I hope you enjoyed my opinions. Let me know what your opinions on Selling Sunset are down below. Thank you and goodbye.